Then we have to hear John Podesta. John Podesta has been a sleazeball for virtually his entire life. He's worked for sleazeballs, and he is a sleazeball. And, of course, he's on MSNBC yesterday, where they embrace sleazeballs. In fact, they hire them. They give them jobs as hosts. Cut 10, go.
Well, the most important thing that is not being done is they don't have access to the federal agencies and the resources that they need.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, I'm sorry. So what? So they can destroy the private sector? They don't have access to the agencies fast enough. You know, Obama did this to Trump, by the way. Obama, Biden. So, oh, my goodness. Remember what Clinton did with Bush? Remember the computer keyboards that had letters missing in there? Oh, Biden doesn't have access to the department. Then you listen to the stupidity, the hysteria. You know, we could have another 9/11. Why is Bill Clinton president? Yeah, you know, and then Biden's out there saying, well, there's going to be more dead people because I don't have access to the virus. It has nothing to do with you, you clown. This president's president for at least 2 more months, if not 2 months and 4 years. What they would do, ladies and gentlemen, is take that information and say, we had to refine it, we had to fix it, it was a mess and so forth. I look at it this way. Biden and all the grubby you-know-whats that surround him, get out of the way and let the president and his administration that has brought us to this point handle this. Get out of the way. Stop trying to obstruct. Go ahead.
Effective distribution strategy. Shut
up, you idiot. I don't even know why I'm playing your clip. We got all the effective distribution strategy. They didn't even believe in the vaccine 6, 7, 8 weeks ago. Now they want to be part of the distribution strategy. Here's Anderson Cooper. You know, CNN, it's hard to know who the dumbest of the bunch is, but he's definitely up there, or down there. What happened to his great interview? Remember the great interview he had with Stormy Daniels, Mr. Producer? Now, that was a great interview. That's Walter Cronkite stuff. Cut 9, go.
Next week, the CDC starts the process of determining which Americans will be the first to get the vaccine.
No, the CDC doesn't start the process next week, genius. The process has already been determined. It's first responders, and it's also individuals who are senior citizens and have comorbidities. That process has been underway since midsummer, idiot. But you see, he wants to set up the scenario where the man who is actually responsible for these vaccines with this project, Warp Speed, is now, you see, obstructing the distribution, obstructing it. Donald Trump's going to cost us lives now. I despise these bastards. Do you understand what I'm saying? A friend of mine writes me, I can hear you're frustrated. I'm not frustrated. I'm furious. Listen to these fools on the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. Have to listen to these fools that Donald Trump is going to cost us lives when it's thanks to him and his administration. They'd have cut through the bureaucracy, Fauci's bureaucracy, the FDA's bureaucracy, the NIH bureaucracy. Not shortcuts on science and safety. They got red tape all over the place, these guys, like every other damn bureaucracy. And now Trump is the one who's going to cost us lives. Don't you get furious by this? Sick to your stomach hearing these fools? They're propagandists. Anderson Cooper. What a joke. What a clown. You got a whole clown show there. You got Anderson Cooper. Who's he handed off to, Mr. D. Lemon? And then D. Lemon hands it off to Fredo? What a lineup. What a lineup. Now the biggest dummy of them all, from the office of the president-elect, which apparently is in Wilmington, Delaware. Who knew? Listen to the idiot reporter, then listen to the idiot who responds. Cut 11, go.
Good to see you. I want to start with a question about your pandemic plan.
Good to see you. Has a reporter ever said that to President Trump? Mr. Producer, I don't remember one. Good to see you. What, are they related? Go ahead.
Good to see you. I want to start with a question about your pandemic planning and then a question about your economic plan. You spoke about the need to access the outgoing administration's COVID vaccine distribution plans. What do you see as the biggest threat to your transition right now, given President Trump's unprecedented attempt to obstruct and delay a smooth transfer of power?
Now, I don't know who this reporter is. It's not on my list here. I don't know what newsroom he's with. I don't know if any of us know. But that guy's head is so far up Biden's ass, it's not even funny. May I say that on the air, Mr. Producer? If not, then I would droll it. But it's unbelievable. That's a reporter. Do you know that? You know the word reporter is, you know what it means backwards, Mr. Producer? Putz. P-U-T-Z. Okay, let's see how Joe Biden handles this. Go ahead.
More people may die if we don't
More people may die. How do you know that, genius? How do you know more people may die? This is a sick man. Sick man, never got behind the vaccine, always doubted it. The vaccine comes out. He has a Joe Biden press statement from the office of the president-elect. Presidente-elect. More people will die. Look here, we need to be in on this. We need to make sure the process is right. We got to make sure we're handling this. And what are you going to do, Joe? We looked at your plan. There was no plan. Go ahead.
Look, as my chief of staff...
I'm looking there, dummy, with your 10-second delay as you're puffing air. Go ahead.
Who handled Ebola.
Your chief of staff handled Ebola. What the hell are you talking about? Chief of staff handled Ebola? See how this works? No credit to Trump on warp speed in the virus, the vaccine on the virus, or the therapeutics on the virus. Meanwhile, his chief of staff handled Ebola. No questions. And all the questions that he is asked are questions to attack Trump. Go ahead.
It's of little use until you're vaccinated. So how do we get the vaccine? How do we get over 300 million Americans vaccinated? What's the game plan? It's a huge
It's not huge, you idiot. It's huge with an H. That's number one. Number two, you can go on the internet and Google this, and you'll have fairly significant amount of information telling you what they're going to do. I know what they could do, Mr. Producer, like Obama Biden did. I think the FBI director, do we still have an FBI director? What's his name again? Ray, what's it? Christopher Ray? Chris Ray? Is Chris Ray still with us? Does anybody know? They could send Chris Ray in with a memo, Mr. Producer, to meet with Joe Biden and talk to him about, we have a dossier. The Chinese say that the last time you were in Beijing, that you had hookers in your bed, in your hotel. Oh, yeah, I know it's. And something about urinating on you. But don't worry, Mr. President-elect, office in the President-elect, don't worry. We at the FBI, we don't believe this. We don't believe this at the FBI. Remember when they did that to Donald Trump with Russia, Mr. Producer? And this jackass, that was his administration. He sits there, people will die. People will die if we don't have the proper... And then he has Adam Kinzinger, jerk. Then he's got, you need to have the transition. Yeah, we got to do this. So we got... You mean the way they did for Trump? Handing him a dossier? They didn't even give him the dossier. They just quoted from it, which we now know was funded by Hillary Clinton and the DNC. This guy Elias, who's been the slip and fall ambulance chasing lawyer all over the country for the Democrats, he was the bag man. They got the money to Christopher Steele. Turns out it's a Russian spy who writes nearly the whole damn thing. Anyway, Joe, we have a dossier. And we understand in Beijing, you're in a hotel room. This is what they... with prostitutes. It's pretty sick, Joe. I hope you can handle this with urination and everything involved. And Joe's response is, really? Do they have pictures? No. Well, then they can't prove it. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.